Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Fight or Flight. Josh Hartnett. Glad he's come back. One of those people who was able to step away from Hollywood at like the height of his career, and because he didn't like it, and just now decides to come back. That's cool. I like him. Always have liked him. He's in this, and Katee Sackhoff is also in it. I don't know if anybody else I recognize, but they're in it. Good news is it's a 6.4 on IMDb, and 15,295 people rated so far. Based on, I didn't expect it to be rated that high, so I have my expectations a little higher than maybe they should be. I don't know. Let's see. A mercenary takes on a job of tracking down a target on a plane, but must protect her when they're surrounded by people trying to kill them both. And when you read this, like what kind of movie this is, martial arts is one. One-person army action. Didn't know that was like a genre, excuse me, and action and comedy. So that's fun. I like that. So we'll see. I don't know. I locked it in because I happen to be doom scrolling on TikTok, I think, as the kids say, whatever. And there's somebody on Frontier Airlines. They got in a fight, and this guy was just beating this other guy up. And I was like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? Like, all the comments and whatever. And I didn't think much of it. I was like, man, it's crazy. Crazy world out there. I flipped a couple more times. It was the guy. He does his own like interview of like, hey, nobody heard my side of the story, and then he tells his side of the story. So all happened on a Frontier airline flight. So fight or flight. Go check it out on TikTok. Check out Kimmel's Irish Pub on TikTok if you're seeing this on YouTube. It's the same stuff, but there you go. All right, that's it. And Kimmel Consulting and Kimmel everything else. No, that's it. Oh, I just pulled something. All right, that's it. I'm gonna get into it, see what it's about, give you a better idea, let you know what I think. I'll be back. Ow. I just pulled a muscle or something. Ow. What did I do? Oh. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Fight or Flight, and it was a fun film. When I first read that there was comedy in it, it didn't make a lot of sense, but it does. Once you see it, it works. There's some subtle comedic pieces that I enjoyed. I'll give you an example. The Windows sound. I remembered it like he's hitting somebody with a computer, a laptop, and the Windows sound comes on. So that was funny. Now, I do think it got a little silly at times. That's, I think, what they were going for. They wanted it to be funny. I thought Josh Hartnett did a fabulous job in his role. I just, I'll just give you some examples. I'm not going to spoil the movie for you, but, the whole idea is he's trying to protect an asset and return them to, I guess the authorities, return them to the authorities alive, right? And so, but all these people on the plane are after the asset. So he's trying to, make sure they could make it safely. That's the whole, and there's a lot behind it, but the piece that I like they're doing a lot. So he's getting hurt as he's fighting, and he decides to take something, and that something is like toad venom. Which was funny. I just watched a movie where the guy licked the toad too. Forget what that one was, but anyway, doesn't matter. So there's this toad venom, and so he trips. He goes into hallucinations, and it gets a little silly at that point. I think. I think they went a little bit far. I get it. That's what they were going for. Me, I understand the laugh. I just think they could have done it a different way because I don't know. That was the only thing. One of the only really gripe there. I think the rest of it was a lot of fun. I like the fact that people thought it was good enough to be up at a 6.4. Me, I'm more at about a 6, leaning towards a 7. In it was, I know I'm going to butcher her name, Charithra, Chandran. I don't know. First film I've ever seen her in. She was a lot of fun. Katee Sackhoff plays the head of the agency, the FBI agency or whatever it is that Josh Hartnett goes to work for. But somewhat interesting. At first, I was thinking to myself, because you don't get a lot of the backstory on why Josh Hartnett's in the thing that he's in. He's basically an ex-something. I think they say CIA, and he's in Bangkok. But he did something wrong. They give you the backstory of why he was no longer employed and stuck in Bangkok. But they reach out to him because he's the only one that could help them with whatever they needed. And they say, hey, we'll wipe your record if you go help us with this. So I was initially saying it would be great to see that backstory. So you get a glimpse on exactly what he did. But I think there's something there. There's something to build off of it because I do like him, and I like him in that character role. And I think they could do a prequel. I see that a lot. They could also do a sequel, and you'll see, and continue to build off of him and his character, because I thought his character was pretty strong. Again, there's parts where they took it too far, in my opinion, but otherwise it was good. It was, seeing him, he's 40, what? I don't know, 48 or something like that, and he's like, buff, and he's got martial arts, where he's protecting it. So you also think about that, like, when you go into it, like, hey, he's going to take on a plane full of, I don't know, mercenaries or assassins, right? So it's going to be, I get it, that unbelievable type thing, like he's John Wick in the air kind of stuff. But they bring in, like I said, laughs here and there, and he brings them for the most part. I'm not sure if anybody else had any funny scenes, but I think it was all him, and he does a great job delivering on a 99% of them, and I don't think the 1% was his fault again. So fun action martial arts one-man army comedy that was worth an hour and 37 minutes or however long it was, and builds enough, I guess, draw to a character that I want to see a prequel and or a sequel. I will definitely watch it because it was worth it. So, and real quick, I know I mentioned that TikTok in the beginning of this, the guy beating up the other guy on the plane. I swear, I mean, there's so many assassins on this plane. The one guy who attacks him at one point looks like the guy from the video I'm talking about. So if you have any, if you've seen any of those TikToks or whatever, if you'll finally see it, then check this out. See if you see the same guy in here. It could have been. I mean, that's a great movie plot kind of thing, or not a movie plot, but a marketing ploy. You know what I mean? They're gonna do this TikTok just to get you interested in this movie. Could have done that. I like it. Think it out. But that's it. I don't know if I was helpful or not, but I'm glad Josh Hartnett's back. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. I'm glad Josh Hartnett's back. I will probably watch anything that he is in. I know he came back with Trap. I liked him in that. I liked him in this. When I see him come back, and he's a good actor, and I'm glad we get to see more of his talent. All right, that's it. That was just sappy. I'm sorry. Thanks for tuning in. Don't unsubscribe. Kimmel's Irish Pub.